That was my first lesson. And the difference in culture and values between the Arabic culture and the Israeli culture. We got into the hospital and there were hundreds of people wounded on the floor. There were Lebanese wounded brought in from Lebanon. There were Palestinian militia wounded brought in from Lebanon. There were Lebanese Christian brought in, Lebanese Muslim brought in, Israeli soldiers brought in. And I could not believe my eyes. The doctors treated everyone according to their injury. They did not see religion. They did not see political affiliation. They did not see nationality. They saw people in need and they helped. I could not believe my eyes. The doctor treated my mother before he treated the Israeli soldier laying next to her. They took my mother to the 4th floor of the hospital where 2 other Muslim ladies were brought in earlier that morning. And we were not in the room but maybe 5 minutes, and I heard all this commotion outside our window, outside our balcony, and people were running through our room out to the balcony to see what was happening. And I walked out to look what was happening. And 2 Israeli helicopters had just landed, taking out Israeli wounded soldiers brought in from Lebanon. And I stood at that balcony feeling sick to my stomach. I felt ashamed. I felt humiliated. After all, these people are wounded because of the war with my country. I didn't know how the people standing next to me are going to react to me. I didn't make eye contact with anyone. And then I felt this tap on my shoulder. And I looked to my side and there was an Israeli nurse standing next to me, and she said, "You are new here, aren't you?" And I said, "Yes, I am. As a matter of fact, they just brought in my mother to this room." And she put her arm around me and she said, "Don't worry, we'll take good care of her. Everything will be just fine." And I started crying. I started sobbing. Because for the first time in my life, I experienced compassion. I experienced the human quality that I knew my culture will not be able to show their enemy in their time of need. I knew if I was a Jew standing on the 4th floor or any hospital in the Middle East, I would be lynched and thrown down to my death as shouts of joy of Allahu Akbar would echo through the hospital and down the surrounding streets. I spent 22 days in the hospital in Israel. Those days changed my life, changed the way I believe information, changed the way I listen to the radio. I learned I was sold a lie by my government about the Israeli people and the Jewish people that was so far from reality. It was amazing. One of the Muslim ladies with us in the room, she was there for over 10 days. And when the Israeli soldiers would come and take care of her wound and change her wound in the morning, the minute they would leave, she would look at them and she would say, "I wish you were all dead. I hate you." And if you could see evil, I saw evil. Because when you hate so deep that you are unable to be grateful to the people that save your life, you have crossed the fine line between humanity and something very ugly on the other side. I vowed that one day I will return to Israel. Because these were the type of people I want to live amongst. This was the type of culture I wanted to adopt. A culture of civilized people who respects all others, who shows compassion to others. You want to know real people? The time you know the true face of a person is when they are in a tragedy. That's when their true colors shine. And the colors of the Israelis were respect, compassion, and love.